Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk from in the shell and share good vibes and good times. Friends and friends that bend the senses. Let's get a bit senseless. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we bring good vibes and good times. Welcome to the morning coffee show with super fast Tortoise. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we have the flow. Good vibes from head to toe.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Super Fast Tortoise Show, where everything is all compact and jammed. And wait, we got a lone wolf here.
Good morning.
Yeah, look at that wolf. Such a handsome dog. Got all that fur, wearing a jersey. You know, he probably makes millions off those sports bet apps you get. Then you make lots of money off winning and stuff like that because he's such a sports wizard.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a good way to lose money.
But isn't Lone Wolf the sports wizard too?
Oh, I wish. That's just a secret title.
The secret title. All right, but hey, it's a good day in the neighborhood, everybody. I see you all in chat. Say hello in chat, and let's get this conversation started. So today is Hillbilly's unbirthday.
Yeah. I ain't going there.
Well, like you know, it's a day where he doesn't celebrate his birthday because it's his unbirthday.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, it's my unbirthday too. And we can sing a song like happy unbirthday, happy unbirthday, happy unbirthday, happy unbirthday. We're not growing older. We haven't turned an age. Happy unbirthday. We still got a year to go. Woo woo. Oh, hope you guys are excited, delighted. I hope you have a song in the back of your head. Like Lone Wolf is probably playing Black Parade by My Chemical Romance. You know. When I was a young boy, my father, he took me to the city to see the Black Parade.
No. The song I got stuck in my head is Another One Bites the Dust.
Another one bites the dust. Doo, doo. Another one bites the dust. Hey, hey. Another one bites the dust. Oh, oh. Hey, hey, hey. Got some Queen in your head. Today I got some 41 going through my head. You know, the song Fat Lip. Yep. Yeah. That's a good day to have a good song in your head. How about you, chat? Everybody in chat, do you guys got a song in your head today? Do you got a song going on? I'd love to know. And look at Hillbilly. You know, Hillbilly, behind the scenes, was drinking Dr. Pepper instead of coffee.
How's that? Well, I got coffee.
Yeah, that was a last minute choice. Like that came in last minute. You were drinking out of this half liter of Dr. Pepper.
I'm innocent until proven guilty.
It's too early in the morning for sodas.
I'm innocent until proven guilty.
It's like, I wasn't drinking anything. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have any drink. This is not a drink.
It's decoration.
It's a prop for the show. No, my lord. That's right. Get those morning jitters up. Wake up, everybody. Sprite your eyes. Sprite your eyes. Like, I don't know. Open your eyes. Look really hard at the screen. Brr. I don't know. Hope you got some positive vibes flowing through you today, because that's what we need is some positive vibes.
Yeah, no, I need some.
Some positive vibes. That's right. Oh, man. But anyways, how are you doing today, Hillbilly, in general?
Doing okay.
Yeah.
Doing okay.
Doing okay. Yeah. And Lone Wolf, how are you doing?
I could use a nap, but I'm doing okay.
Well, you can use a nap. It's the morning. You just woke up.
Exactly. You got to have my mid-morning nap.
I thought you woke up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Oh no, that's far from the truth.
Man. Like, yeah, trust me, I understand. Sometimes I wake up, I'm like, I'm ready for a nap. And my body's like, you just woke up. I'm like, ah, gotta wake up. Responsibilities.
Yep.
Responsibilities. Responsibilities. What's that? Responsibilities. Not quite yet. If you know that song, you're old. Oh, my Lord. So let's break into the show. It is around that time we get to the card of the day.
Card of the day.
The card of the day is a card I like to use. Mystic Retrieval. It is a blue Is It Like card. It costs 3 generic and a blue, and you can return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. And as flashback is actually reduced by a mana, but it costs 2 generic and a red. This is where you flashback where you can cast a card from your graveyard for its flashback's cost, then you exile it instead of putting it back in your graveyard.
Yeah, but you can't play this in a blue deck.
Well, you can play it in a deck that runs blue and red.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I don't like about this card is the red pip in it.
Oh,
Other than that, I love the card. I mean, it's a great card.
you know, so basically what you're saying is I like the card, but I can't play it, so I don't like it.
Right.
Right. Right. I see what it is. This deck's not for non-red decks and non-blue decks, right? It has to go in a deck that's both running blue and red.
Yep. Got to go in an Is It deck.
A deck that runs Is It colors for sure.
Yep.
Or a 5-color deck, or a 4-color deck, or a 3-color deck with red. It works. It does good. Yeah. And this is what happens when a lone wolf touches a book. You like look at the artwork, the book just turns on fire and burns. Look at that.
No, that's what happens when I touch lands.
I bet you wish you had the minus touch. Every land you touch turned to gold.
Could use that gold to make some money.
After a day like yesterday, I think this is what Arena does when I play Arena.
A book burn. It's funny. Funny. With that, let's get to the picture of the day. The picture of the day. How scalpers think Magic players have all the money just twiddling our thumbs. That's what they think we do with our money. We just play with it until we can spend it.
Yep.
Funny. Oh man, really?
I've been trying to find needle and thread because I keep getting. Because every time I get money, it just falls right through the hole, and that's in my pocket.
Well, quit burning a hole in your pocket.
Well, I would, but when there's cards out there that I want, that money's got to fall through that hole and get those cards.
Gotta get those cards. Gotta collect them all. Magic the Gathering. That's right. Yeah, trust me, I could spend money on Magic cards every day, all day, if I had the choice.
Yep,
had the
me
money.
too.
Nah, I could spend money on Magic all the time, but no.
Yep.
You gotta be responsible with your funds. You know, gotta be responsible with your bills. Not everybody can be like Lone Wolf and just be able to afford every card out there. Oh, I just wanted Black Lotus. I'm just gonna buy a Black Lotus.
Yeah, I wish that was the case.
Right. Right. Just wish you could buy a Black Lotus just willy nilly. I mean, honestly, if he had the money to buy a Black Lotus, would he really be buying a Black Lotus?
No, I'd be buying all the magic cards.
See, that's how I am. If I have the money to buy an expensive card, why not just buy a lot of cheaper cards that can build and fill up a deck or improve a deck?
Well,
Yeah.
why buy a Black Lotus when you buy a brand new car right off the lot?
Right? Or maybe you want to go on a vacation. Wouldn't it be worth the money just to go on the vacation? You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Go on to the vacation to buy some more magic cards.
That's right. Go on
Yep.
vacation. Buy more magic cards. Like whenever we go on vacation, like the last time we went to a shop that looked like it would sell magic cards. It was called the old Nerd Den or something like that. No Magic the Gathering product at all.
I hope I was muted there when I was coughing.
You were muted.
Okay. I try to mute myself when I was coughing.
Right. But yeah. Ooh. So that's the picture of the day, and let's remember we got a giveaway coming up the 26th. We're going to be picking out the winners of the giveaway, the 6 winners. So we're going to pick out the winners who are going to get tokens mailed to them.
Cool.
Right. And we're going to pick out the person who's going to win the big old prize, the magic deck, the play mat, and everything.
It's Lone Wolf.
Yeah, I'm crossing my fingers.
Yeah, that's what Lone Wolf needs. Another deck to bust and break.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, look, I got these cards. It makes this deck win turn 1.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Wait, hold on. I think I just found a card that I need to throw in the deck box.
Oh.
Yeah. Because I bought an upgrade card. It's not there. It's somewhere else. I'll have to look for it. But it was an axe card that I bought for the deck, and then you just throw it in there because the deck is coming with a couple extra cards that you can upgrade the deck with or switch cards out with. So, yeah, because, it ain't my job to completely upgrade the deck. It's your job. You're the one getting it. Whoever wins it. Lucky bastards. But for those who are watching, the giveaway entry video link is in the description below.
Check it out.
Check it out. That's right. Yeah. So get excited, my friends, my dudes and dudettes. Let's get to the topic of the day. The topic of the day is MTG deck synergy works. Ooh. And Tortoise got some monologue.
Oh.
Because everybody likes a good monologue. Hold on a second. Clear my throat. In Magic the Gathering, we deal with synergy a lot, from card synergizing to creating deck synergies. There are 2 types of synergies you should care about in Magic the Gathering. That is theme synergy and deck synergy. The difference between the 2 is quite simple. Theme synergy is where cards in your deck's archetypes synergize together, like treasure tokens. Having cards in your deck that care about treasure tokens on your battlefield, draw cards that equal to your treasure tokens, or deal damage equal to your treasure tokens, or have mana reducers for spells that create treasure tokens, etc. Cards that care about treasure tokens synergize with your deck's archetype. You can apply this to dinosaurs, vampires, elementals, enchantments, artifacts, etc., etc., etc. Deck synergy. The other synergy cares about keeping cards in your hand, fixing your mana, ramping, having flavorful removal spells, and cards that wrap around your deck's archetypal themes. Think about it this way. Deck Synergy is the engine that runs or drives your deck, simplifying the deck piloting experience. Let's get into this. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yes. Boom. Yep. We got TCG dude.
What's up?
Hey, good morning, fellas.
Good morning.
Morning.
Whoa. All right.
I know I'm a few minutes tardy here, but I was finishing up the coffee brew. I'm doing something new starting today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I am making a conversion from traditional coffee creamers to half and half.
Ooh,
Mm.
half thicker creamer.
Yeah, well, it definitely pronounces the coffee flavor a lot more. But not that I'm anybody's doctor or anything, but a lot of those traditional liquid creamers have like oils, seed oils in them, and those can line up your arteries and stuff pretty bad. So yeah, trying to be healthy. But synergy is the topic of today, huh?
Your deck synergy. Yep. It's called Deck Synergy Works. Boom. And I just went through my monologue, as you heard. The beautiful monologue. The expressive iteration of Tortoise thoughts put on paper. Digital.
Ooh, expressive iteration. That's a magic card. Well played.
Not on purpose. But anyways. But so so we're talking about deck synergies because a lot of people are learning synergies, and I wanted to express what your archetypal synergies are. You know, like I use treasure tokens because one of the decks we go against a lot is treasure tokens, and what makes a deck so good is there cards that care about treasure tokens. It uses treasure tokens as its win condition. There's cards that draw cards equal to the treasure tokens you have, or cards that deal damage equal to the treasure tokens you have. Or sometimes there's cards that say you win the game if you control X amount of treasure tokens. And those are kind of synergies that you run in that deck, but that's not deck synergy, right? That's not deck synergy. That's just archetypal synergy, the archetype of your deck and what synergizes with your deck. And that's why I said you can apply that with enchantments, because there are spells that reduce your enchantment spells that do things because you own enchantments, or whenever you cast an enchantment, you draw a card. Those are things that are good for your archetypal synergy. Now, there's some things that do blend in to deck synergy, like if you're running an enchantment deck and you're running like the enchantress effects that say whenever you cast an enchantment card, you draw a card. That is both archetypal synergy and deck synergy, because refilling your hand and filling up your hand with more cards is a deck synergy thing, because you're trying to keep your deck flowing and getting all the stuff to run your deck more properly. You know, and that works in like, you know, not just Commander, but other formats too. When you build decks, like when you're running a burn deck and you're running prowess, and one of the prowess triggers is like buffing up your entire team, you know, it's incentivizing you to play more non-creature spells. You know, and synergies for deck synergies and archetypal synergies does that. It incentivizes you to play those particular spells, and that's what gets it going. And to be honest with you, it's one of those things that help you navigate the deck and pilot the deck. When something tells you, like a signpost card that says, hey, when you play a non-creature spell, you get a bonus. You draw a card. Well, your brain's going to automatically think, well, I want to play more non-creature spells. And so you run a card like that, you know. Or when you like,
archetypes definitely help to guide the deck building process. And like you mentioned, signpost cards. In the last, I guess, 3 or 4 years that I've been diving deeper into Magic, I have learned that specifically the multicolored uncommons in draft formats are your signpost cards. They kind of lead your deck build a little bit, and that's generally because you get 3 to 4 uncommons per pack,
right?
And you're not always going to be able to build off your rare. So I feel you on that one. And deck synergy is an important thing to think about once you start elevating past casual kitchen table Magic, you know.
Right, yeah. One of the things that like I started with this deck building process on YouTube was I created the scope. The scope is a name for looking at your draw, removal, and your ramp and mana fixing spells. And I called it the scope because like once you realize how these things work for your deck, it kind of shows you the landscape of how your deck's supposed to run, right? And then like your archetypal synergies work with your deck synergies, but your deck synergies push for you to get the cards to get your archetypal synergies, you know. And like I said earlier, they blend in sometimes when you cast a spell that triggers a draw ability or ping a damage or something for casting that spell, it triggers in. But a scope of your deck teaches you and shows you how efficient and tempo your deck will be.
Yep.
Yeah. And yes, Lone Wolf is writing notes. I can hear his pen paper going.
That's funny you say that. I actually have my tablet out open with the notes app. I had a to-do list yesterday, but then life happened, and so my yesterday tasks are now today tasks.
The honey-do list grows.
Yeah. Well, it's okay. It happens. I at least managed to drop off some magic sales yesterday. I try to make sure every like Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, or Friday rather, I get mail drop-offs. Otherwise, let's see here. Tuesdays and Wednesdays are standard days at two different shops here. I've got okay, bros. I literally have technically 8 standard decks.
Nice.
But thank you. But the ones I really want to play, like my cloud deck and my insect deck, are barely functional, not very competitive because of the bans and the rotation. Yeah, dude, it really sucks when that happens. Thankfully, I guess the silver lining is that any of the cards that did rotate out were like under $2. You know, I'm not having expensive lands or VVs and stuff taken out of my deck.
You know, thinking about expensive lands, the land base is actually important to your deck synergies too, especially when you're running multicolored lands, or not multicolored lands, multicolored decks. And the lands you get for your deck actually improve your deck. Because like what I learned, like with one of my dinosaur decks, is I'm running a 5-color deck, and the land basis fixes itself better than the ramp spells in the deck. And so it curates and cures the need to actually need a ramp when it's mana fixing itself as it plays.
I've been hearing a lot of other Magic creators in the space kind of knock on mana rocks and say that folks should be building with less of them and maybe using more ramp spells or kind of permanent solutions.
You know. Well, like the reason why ramp spells are better than mana rocks in general, and this is a generalization, is that lands are harder to deal with. There's land destruction cards out there. They're slow, they're quirky, they're not old school, you know, in standard. So destroying a land is just not something that's going to be seen a lot. Take it from us, this group here, who's learned that land destruction has been kind of a necessity. It's just harder to get that land destruction in. Pointing at the lone wolf.
Oh, I thought you were pointing at yourself, hillbilly.
But running ramp spells and getting lands on the battlefield safer from board wipes that destroy all artifacts and enchantments or artifact enchantment removal. You know, so that's why mana rocks are kind of rough because almost it's easier to destroy an artifact and enchantment, and artifacts are most of your mana rocks, and that's almost like land destruction, especially in games. And this has happened to me before, where I got like 2-3 lands, and all my mana base was mana rocks. You know, so I've been there, done that. So sometimes it's better just to replace mana rocks with lands.
Some of the precons can get blown out like that too.
Or sometimes people use so many mana rocks that, like, someone here that played like a turn 7 spell on turn 3. You know, so there's the advantage is running some major mana rocks in your deck when they come up. But I gotta say, you want to be selective with your mana rocks. Yeah, because like when I was building my dragons deck, a lot of the mana fixing in there is to fetch for lands, or there are artifacts that do fetch for lands, right? But I do run a couple mana rocks, but I was selective on them because I wanted them to ramp me, not fix me. I wanted Soul Ring and Thran Dynamo in the deck, so that will give me more mana in general, even though it's colorless, because my mana is fixing itself. My ramp is fixing my colors. Because that deck's pretty good at fixing its colors. Like, I hate to toot my own horn, but toot. But I hardly miss land drops. Not all the time, but most of the time. I hardly ever miss my land drops. But yeah, that's part of the deck building synergy. In fact, I got, hold on. I want to show you an example of this. Because I got a deck that's built on weird deck synergy. There we go. Share screen. Share. This is my Joda Archmage Eternal. It's a bracket 3 deck. It has a 40% salt summary. It's worth about $889.06 apparently. I guarantee you I did not spend that kind of money on this deck. I don't know why this deck's worth that much, other than I know some lands are in it. And I pulled some good cards out of packs. This is made out of cheap cards, birthday cards, and stuff like that. Like people buy me packs and stuff. So anyways, deck synergy. Like draw spell, I'm running 12 different draw effects, but that's quirky in this deck because most of my draw costs 5 or 6 mana. But they do different things. I do run a Phyrexian Arena in this deck. A Royal Scions is 3 drops. I got cycling.
Yeah, things that generate passive draw are generally considered to be better than spells that create draw, right? Like Harmonize used to be one of my go-tos, that kind of dates me a little bit, but 4 mana, 2 colorless, green to draw 3 cards at sorcery speed. Pretty straightforward, but you wouldn't see that in decks anymore unless it's a precon.
Right. Well, Harmonize is still a decent card. 4 mana for 3 is good. They had a blue card that did the same thing, but being in blue, there was just a lot more effective draw spells in green, and so Harmonize was like the green mascot for card draw and green for a long time. But but I'm showing you there's different draw spells like Trumpeting Carnosaur. Hold on. You discard Trumpet Carnosaur, you deal 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Or when he enters the battlefield, discover 5. There are different ways to draw cards, like discovering is a good way to get advantage out there.
Yeah. Can you highlight the Carnosaur again real quick? Or the red card? Yeah. So what I really like about this card is that it essentially can play like a split card, right? So the first half is the 7/6 trampled dinosaur that's also gonna net you another card on the field, possibly, right? So it's almost 2 cards in one. And then the other side of this card is the 3 mana, discard it and deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker, which is essentially a lightning bolt or whatever, right? An expensive bolt. So very versatile, and I love seeing cards designed like that.
Oh yeah, I love versatile cards like that too. And the reason why in this deck, to kind of give an idea, the reason why this card's good in this deck is because sometimes that 3 damage is important, and this deck likes to reanimate later on in the deck. There's some reanimation in this deck. So chopping a card like this in the graveyard will net you back later on in the game.
Heck yeah. Oh yeah, plus dinosaurs kind of like that enrage thing, right? Where they get damaged and then they have an effect.
Dinosaurs do, but not this deck.
Oh, okay.
Not this particular deck. One thing I want to bring up in the draw section is Maelstrom Wanderer. Maelstrom Wanderer costs a buttload of mana. He has Cascade twice. If Cascade's like Discovering, but a little bit worse, but a little bit better. A little bit worse because Yeah, it happens on cast, but a little bit better because even if this card's countered, the cascade goes off still. So cascade is really good. So if you reanimate this card, you're not getting your cascade abilities. Like the trumpeting dinosaur we just saw, when it enters battlefield, you'll discover 5. So every time it comes in, you'll discover. But like, you know, there's different ways to get that cascade. Getting free spells is considered draw, all that fun jazz. Another thing I want to go through is my mana rocks and stuff, because yes, I run mana rocks in this deck because it's a 5-color deck. But you see I'm running 10 out of 99, so that means a good 11% of this deck is ramp. Running Chromatic Lantern, Cultivate, Farseek, Fist of Suns. This deck's all about getting the mana cost of paying for Wubrick for your big spells. You got Kodama's Reach, Leyline of Mutation, which also does the Fist of Suns effect. Morph on the Boundless is in here because when he's out, you know, he reduces your spells by Wubrick. So when you have Leyline of Mutation out and him out, your dinosaur spells cost free. You got Mox Amber. This is just a lucky pack pull I put in this deck. It works if you have a legendary permanent on the battlefield that taps to add mana of any color equal to that planeswalker, or legendary creature. We got Rampant Growth and Wayfarer's Bauble. So the ramp package is 10. You want to run in your deck list. This is important for the deck synergy in Commander. You want to run like 10 to 12 mana ramp spells, mana fixing spells. But this deck likes to fix itself because this deck has some pretty high pricing lands that came from different places. You see the recursion package is pretty big too. Yeah, there's nothing really to highlight in here other than Eerie Ultimatum and Mystic Retrieval. Mystic Retrieval brings back Eerie Ultimatum.
Brings a lot of big splashy vibes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like your early game in this deck is kind of focused on the ramp and setting yourself up to be able to cast your spells by turn 5 or 6 and start really shaking things up.
That is exactly what it does. Exactly. That's being able to see the scope. I was actually surprised to realize how low my removal spell is. I got 6 removal spells. Inevitable Defeat, Kogon Yudara, which is amazing. It destroys target enchantment or artifact when you cycle it, even though it's not called cycle on this card, but when you cycle it, you destroy target artifact or enchantment, and you draw a card and shuffle this back into your library. So good. Then it's a removal spell when you cast it, you can have a fight target creature. Yeah, Mortify, Putrefy, Silverclad Ferocidons, Vindicate, destroys a land, everybody. But in the draw section, we do have tutors. We have 3 tutors in the deck, so that adds to the draw. So we have 12, 13, 14, 15 draws. That's pretty solid. But sadly, for me, I know everybody else is excited. There's only 5 board wipes in the deck. Run Dam, Decree of Pain, Ingrick's Wake, Plague Wind, and Ruinous Ultimatum. Hold on a second.
That's 4 too many board wipes.
Sorry.
No, that's all good. My one of the first times I did spell table magic, I was running a chromium deck. And because I like Esper colors, and of the 5 core 19 dragons, that one appealed to me the most. Was available too. So thanks, bud. But I was over on DJ's channel, and I think it was the 18-hour stream, and the one game I'm thinking back to, I board wiped like 3 times, and the game lasted almost 4 hours. Guys, let that be a lesson to you. Don't board wipe without a win con to follow it up.
I board wipe all day long.
Yep.
I know there's another board wipe in this deck. Right here, Waking Sun's Avatar.
Okay.
When it comes to play, destroys all non-dinosaur creatures. So there's 6 board wipes in the deck. So I feel a little bit better.
Dude, that's such an OP board wipe, especially when like more than half of your creatures are dinosaurs.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, and yes, I love the fact that this deck particularly has a focus. The board wipes in this deck are here to save my board state from the early game, because the early game I'm doing whatever I can to get my haste engines out, whatever, and get my big creatures out. But usually I need to save my board state time so I can build up, and that's why board wipes work in this deck, so I can build up. And a lot of my board wipes cost a lot of mana, like 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 9, 9, 8, 4. That's why Jodo Archmage Eternal is really good. As the commander, he makes your spells cost Wooburg, or when you have Fist of Suns. And that's why I run the big spells. Ruinous Ultimatum, Plague Wind, and Grook's Wake destroy all creatures I don't control. Decree of Pain destroys all creatures, but I draw a card destroyed that way. And damn, there is a one board wipe I want to get for this deck particularly, and that's that Rupture board wipe, Singularity Rupture. I do want to get that for this deck because it mills, and I can mill myself. And milling myself is actually important in this deck. That's why I run Whispering Madness in this deck, which is a good card for Hillbilly if he wants to put in his bug deck, his Mothman deck. They cost 4 mana. Each player discards their hand, and they draw a card for each card discarded that way for the person with the largest hand. It's pretty good. And yeah, Cipher, where you can attach it to a creature as an additional ability. So when it deals combat damage, you can trigger that effect again. Yeah.
Interesting.
It is interesting. And
I
in this deck,
wish they would bring Cypher back, but I've heard through the grapevine that that's one of the unliked mechanics in the dev room.
right. It's because it works like an enchantment, but not. It exiles and attaches to a creature as an ability. You know, it basically encodes a creature. That's why it's called Cipher. It encodes a creature and adds to the ability. When this creature deals combat damage, copy the spell.
I like that.
That's pretty good. Well, that's one of my favorite abilities too. It was better than Haunt, if you remember Haunt.
I remember it by name, but not by function.
Haunt was an ability on creatures that said when this creature entered the battlefield or died. When a creature entered the battlefield, you got an effect. When it died, you basically put the creature under another creature, and when that creature died, you got the ability again. Yep. And so it was weird. But yeah, the recursion in this deck's insane. It's pretty good. One of my favorite removal spells is an old school spell. I like it because it's old school. No one really thinks about this card because it's so old. I mean, this is from Ice Age, and there's a couple other reprintings from it from during that time frame. Costs 3, a white and a green, and no one thinks, hey, white and green is going to reanimate. But this one says return target creature card from a graveyard, any graveyard, and put it directly in the play under your control, as though if it were just summoned.
Yeah, I actually run that in my Naya retro frame deck, like the strictly old frame commander deck. Yeah, it's great for that.
Well, it's still cheap. Like 5 mana for recurring creatures is no big deal anymore. Like it's not like the biggest thing. But I know what Mono White has some recursion spells, but most recursion spells in white do not return a creature card from any graveyard. That's what makes
that's what makes it awesome. You can destroy somebody's thing, it goes to the graveyard, and you're like, well, that's mine now.
Wow.
Right. So one thing I wanted to talk about in the scope of things is the lands. Lands are important. There's a lot of tri lands in this deck, like Arcane Sanctum. But I do run shock lands like Breeding Pool. And I do have Command Tower, Necropolis, which is a tri land. Dragon Skull Summit, so it comes into play if I control a forest or a mountain. I do run Fabled Passage to filter out for lands. I do run Flooded Strand. I do run all my basics are actually the oil slicks because of Cane Chicker and Captain Waffles. I got run 2 of each basics, and they're all oil slicks. And oil slicks are in here because what is oil made out of? I do
That's
run.
a pretty meta theme there, bro. Respect.
Thank you. Frontier Biovac, Trilands, more regular lands. I'm trying to get to some other lands in here. I do run Polluted Delta. I do run a couple fetch lands. I need a couple more. I could have put a white red one in here, but I just don't like the white red one for very much. But I do run for Fiend's Tower. I do have a Rogram Triumph. See right here, Lone Wolf?
Yep.
Don't feel bad. I have one.
Wow.
A Reliquary Tower, Sandstep Citadel, Savage Lands, Surprise Headquarters, Spectator Seating, which is a good card. That's one of those lands that come to play if you have 3 or more opponents. But what I want, there's a Steam Vents. The fast lands are really good in this deck. I got a Stomping Grounds, Temple of False God, Trading Center, Watery Grave, another shock land, Windswept Heath, another fetch land, Wooded Foothills, which is another fetch land, and Woodland Cemetery. And what I want to highlight in this land thing, and not just to show off my cool lands, is that you see there's a lot of tri-lands and lands that fetch for like tri-lands, triomes, and stuff like that. So the deck likes to fix its mana through its mana base. Like the mana base fixes the mana base a lot. So that's what's really solid about it. The mana takes care of itself. So ramping is an incentive in this deck. Like it lets you do stuff. Like Chromatic Lantern is just an all-star. Cultivate lets you search for 2 basics. Farseek fetches for those shock lands or a triome. Fist of Suns does amazing things here, but that's not what we're talking about. But Crumb's Reach is just like Cultivate, So you can see the rampant here just probably fixes like 1, 2 basics, and the basics are not as important as the regular lands come in here. So a downfall to this strategy is, what is it? Winter Orb and Blood Moon can shut down this deck really bad. But not everybody plays Winter Orb or Blood Moon. If I'm thinking of the card Winter Orb, and Winter Orb says players can tap more than one non-basic land a turn or something like that.
Ever since they updated the ruling for Blood Moon, and I heard that it kind of doesn't hurt Urza's Saga as much, I haven't seen it in action in Commander to see if it kind of runs the same. Does the effect still kind of turn off lands, or is that just specifically for lands that inherit abilities?
Well, from what I know, unless I'm wrong, I can double check myself here. But from what I understand, Blood Moon turns a non-basic land into a mountain with no abilities.
Right, that's how it previously used to work. But now, since the rulings changed for Blood Moon, and like the replacement effect or whatever, essentially, once Urza's Saga gains the 2nd or 3rd lore counter or whatever, and a Blood Moon is put down on the field, it essentially turns into enchantment mountain with tap for a colorless, tap for a red, or tap for the robot thing, which is kind of nuts. But maybe that's a topic for another episode.
So when I'm reading the rulings, it says when Blood Moon is in play, all non-basic lands lose their original land types and ability, but gain the mountain land type and the ability to tap for red mana, not colorless mana.
Right. Ones that aren't Urza Saga. Urza Saga previously had it though. That's
right.
I mean, I'm not a rules expert. I'm not a magic judge over here, but like there was enough hubbub about it that there's got to be something there. We'll dig a little deeper later. I won't derail the show.
No, we're just using the deck. We're just using this deck as a type showcasing the draw, the ramp, the land base, removal.
Yeah. Well, considering this is a 5-color deck, I think that Blood Moon would be one of those cards that you piloting this 5-color deck have to worry about, right? Because we were talking about how the ramp. Hold on one second.
All right. Yeah, I do have to worry about it. That's why we do run cards like Koga Nidaro. Or where is it? Koga Nidaro to destroy enchantments and artifacts. You know, it's also why we run Putrefy and Mortify in this deck. I feel like we're missing a card.
Yeah, I really like the Mortify and the Putrefy choice. It's simple 3 mana, instant speed removal. Also the original. Okay, so I like that art a lot.
Yeah.
But the original one from Ravnica was pretty sick too.
Oh, it was pretty sick. I haven't been able to get a hold of that version. The one where it shows like the guy's face melting in a blast.
Yeah.
Same with Mortify. This is a cool picture of Mortify, but there's like the original version looks pretty cool too.
Yeah.
You know,
Dude, you know what? Whenever like sometime in the future, I would love to have a meetup, a physical meetup with y'all, and then we just draft some bunk set like Dragon's Maze and just appreciate every little bit of it.
Right? Dragon's Maze would be fun. It would be fun. But yeah, that's kind of the deck. And Zombie stopped by while I was looking. I'm sorry I didn't see anything. Zombie, what's up? Hope you're enjoying the show.
What's up, zombie?
Zombie. All right. But yeah, that's pretty much what I want to show is, you know, putting a focus on your draw spells and see how it looked in a 5-color deck. I wish we had time to go through another deck, but sadly, my friends, we are almost to the time where we get into the shill section. Yeah. And I gotta
Always a great time.
And today I gotta get off the show. I don't have to end the show earlier, but I gotta get off the computer a little bit earlier because I gotta make some steak for dinner.
Ooh, steak.
Some pork steak. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
Steak and taters.
Steak, vegetable, and cheese sticks.
I've been wanting to do cheese sticks for a while. I got a whole bag of string cheese over here. I just gotta do it all up, freeze it, and get her done.
Right. Right. Well, we got these prepped breaded burnt cheese sticks that we can throw in the air fryer.
Oh yeah, that's the way to go, man. I've told my old lady that refining your cooking skills and like recipes is really important to gaining your time back, because you could do everything by hand. You could knead your own dough and make your own bread for a midday sandwich, but why would you do that when a loaf is $2?
Yep.
That's right. Loaf. Well, I do hope everybody who is watching the show got to learn about deck synergy and why it works. Drawing cards, removal spells, ramp spells, mana fixing in your land bases is important. Because, you know, like back in the day, me and my friends used to get all excited when we built a deck and it seemed to autopilot itself. That's what makes pro decks really good, is they kind of autopilot themselves. That's why the deck synergy is important, is it kind of autopilots the deck and how to play it. You know, especially for those people who've been playing, you know, not for someone who just hand them a deck and they're like, here, try Magic Gathering for the very first time.
Right.
How to make sure the cat was not a shenanigans. It keeps
Oh,
my cat keeps like going up here. The cat's not allowed up there. I don't care if it sleeps down here, but it can't be up there.
Silly cat.
Yeah, silly cat. Tricks are made for kids. Oh, I haven't seen that commercial in a long time.
Really?
Good news. If you guys have Philo is a channel, like a streaming service. I think it's free. I could be wrong. They do got a service, a TV service, and on that TV service, they got a channel called Me TV Cartoons. And this week, starting yesterday, they started streaming Ninja Turtles on the show 3 times a day. Like the original 80s cartoon.
Oh,
yeah, that's pretty sweet. All right, and I think tomorrow is probably gonna be a chill day for the show. So if you guys want to hang out and just chat and chill, that'd be fun.
Cool.
Because the wife is off tomorrow, so you can just have a regular fun show, just chatting and chilling on a Friday. All right, with that, my friends, we got to get to
Hit that subscribe button. Become a part of the creep.
Too much to take, so it's lit. MTG3, are you game? Rise, creep, rise, building a following as we gain. Spitting fire like a dragon, no one can bring us down. MTG3 in the house, we own this town. Ripping through the beats with a fury.
Oh, everybody! I want to know if you're going to watch the show. Hit that like button, everybody. Hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. If you like content like this and want to see more content like this show's for you. This channel might be for you. But we're going to get to the shill section where you're going to learn where you can reach out and find everybody on the show. But we're going to start with the person who's going to shill for everybody else, because that's what he likes to do, is Lone Wolf.
All right, everybody. Thanks for having me on. We'll start it off by make sure you check out TCG Dude and help support him and his stuff. And let's get Hillbilly and Tortoise to 1,500 subscribers. We're getting closer.
Whoa. Let's go. Let's go on an adventure. TCG Dude is up and away.
Hey, good morning, y'all. I'm Alex, the TCG dude, out here keeping magic alive. I kind of dropped the ball on my Friday fantasy streams this kind of mostly this whole summer. Dad at home work has been keeping me busy, that's for sure. But I am constantly on the interwebs, hopping to and fro from channels and chats, and always down to talk magic, magic deck builds, deck synergies, magic markets. Hell, if you want to 1v1 me on Magic Arena or Magic Online, I'm around. So yeah, you can do so on Discord. Just hit me up, or on the various socials, X and Discord at TCG Dude. I'm also on Insta at TCG Dude 907. And when I do game stream, occasionally it will be on the Twitch side at TCG Dude 907. And lastly, I do have a singles store for Magic and some Yu-Gi-Oh cards over on TCG Player. So you can check the video description and the link for that will be there. Otherwise, Tortoise, I appreciate you having me on. It's great to get the gears rolling in the brain about Magic first thing.
Oh, yeah, and if you want to check out TCG's store, his store link is under his name in the description below. You don't have to leave.
right. Just open a new tab. It's okay.
Yeah, I have it automatically added that your link's in the description every time I upload a show.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. It means a lot. Like for real. Just as a small example, yesterday I got dinged for an auto charge from Magic Online for the Mana Traders service, right? Which is what allows me to have about $150 worth of in-store cards. And I got dinged $13 for that when I wasn't expecting it. But that same day, I got a deposit from TCG Player. So I didn't have to overdraft or go negative, man. I'm out here trying to do it, man. I'm trying to live my best life, all right?
Best life. That's right. And thinking about living your best life, we got the fuzzy, the wuzzy, the comical, the funny, the ridiculous MTG ability.
Hey, everybody. I'll be doing a stream this afternoon. We don't know if it's going to be Arena or Path of Exile, but it will be a stream this afternoon around 2 o'clock. And if you'll enjoy Path of Exile or Arena, make sure you come on by and see which one I'm playing. That'll be at 2 o'clock this afternoon. That's all I got planned for today.
Ooh, Super Fast Tortoise got the plan for tonight. Yeah. You know, we just didn't look through a deck for the fun of it, but tonight we're playing a bracket 3 commander game. Jurassic Park, Super Fast Tortoise tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to try to get a commander game to going on. So let me know in Discord, or wait till I post the advertisement in Discord if you want to play some commander. Yes, play against a deck you just looked at today that I am professing is built as a great deck, but you can see if it works great yourself by playing tonight on the Super Fast Tortoise Show. Streamed. Amazing game. Yeah. So come on, play with us. test out my skill, test out my wit. Everybody, I want to thank you for being on the show. Hillbilly, TC Dude, Lone Wolf, you guys rock. Thanks for being here. Everybody who are watching, thank you for watching. Everybody in chat, thank you for chatting with us. That who chatted, you rock. Zombie, picking on you. I want to remind you that you're all loved. Someone's thinking about you. And if you can, say and do something positive for someone else today, because you might be the change in need. I want to thank all my channel members and my subscribers for growing the channel the way you do. Without you, this channel wouldn't be as great as it is. And with that, we're going to get to this super cool exit. I want to thank you, channel members of the channel, for supporting this creep the way you do. You are awesome. And you subscribers, everybody that subscribes, you're doing amazing too. Thank you very much for all that you do.
Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show.